The case of Isaac Apodaca centers on the October 2022 death of 21-year-old Grace Jennings in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Prosecutors allege that Isaac Apodaca and his girlfriend, Kiara McCulley, planned and carried out Jennings' murder after luring her to their residence. Prosecution has relied on witness testimony, digital communications, internet search history, and forensic evidence to support their case. The defense challenges both the interpretation and reliability of key evidence. As with every criminal case, Isaac Apodaca is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Good morning, ma'am. If you'll raise your right hand, I'm going to place you under oath. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
I need to get your voice on the recording.
Sorry. Yes, I do.
Thank you. Please have a seat. Everything we do in the courtroom has to be recorded. You don't need to lean into the microphone. It just needs to be in front of you. They're pretty directional, so if you're speaking off to the side, it might not get your voice. Would you begin by introducing yourself to the jury by stating your name and spelling your name for us, please?
I'm Lanny McCulley. It's LANIMCCULLEY.
Mr. Long, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Ms. McCulley. Do you currently live in Santa Fe?
Yes, I do.
How long have you lived in Santa Fe?
20 years.
And what's the highest level of education that you've completed?
I have a bachelor's degree.
Are you currently employed?
Yes, I am.
And do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
One,
What is that child's name?
Kiara McCulley,
How old is Kiara today?
23.
And so back in 2022, was she 19?
Yes.
Did Kiara graduate high school?
No, she did not.
What's the highest grade that Kiara completed?
10th grade.
In 2022, where was Kiara living?
At my house.
And I want to talk a little bit about your house, about how many bedrooms does your house have?
It's 2 bedrooms.
All right. And is there a garage?
Yes.
And is that garage attached or detached?
It would be detached.
All right. And in 2022, was Kiara living inside the main house or in a detached garage?
She was staying in the detached garage.
Is that kind of where all of her stuff was?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Did that garage have a bathroom?
No.
Did the garage have a kitchen?
No.
As of October 29th, 2022, was there anyone else living with you and Kiara?
Isaac Apodaca was.
And if Isaac Apodaca or Kiara needed to, say, use the bathroom, where would they go?
They would come into the house.
Okay. And if they needed to prepare some food or cook, anything like that, where would they go?
They would come into the house.
And if they needed to shower, where would they go?
Into the house.
How would someone get into the detached garage?
There's multiple points of entry to the backyard. We have a front gate, we have the back gate, and then also through the house.
Okay. And the door between the house and the garage, so I guess maybe the back door?
Yes.
Was that door normally kept locked?
Only during the night. It was usually open during the day as long as someone was home.
Okay. And then what about the door into the garage from the backyard? Was that door normally locked or unlocked?
It was normally unlocked as long as the kids were in the garage.
Okay. And if Isaac Apodaca or Kiara needed to get inside the house and that door was locked, how would they do that?
They both had keys.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about Isaac Apodaca, okay?
Yeah.
How did you know Isaac Apodaca?
I met him through my daughter.
Okay. And was he Kiara's boyfriend?
Off and on, yes.
Okay. Were they ever engaged to be married?
Yes.
Do you remember how old Isaac Apodaca was back in 2022?
I think he was 21, 22.
Is Isaac Apodaca in the courtroom today?
Yes, he is.
And would you describe something that he's wearing?
He's wearing a blue suit with a blue tie.
Prior to October 29th, 2022, how long had you known Isaac Apodaca?
About 3 years.
And how did he come to live with you?
My daughter brought him over to stay the weekend because he had been kicked out of his house.
And at any point when he was living there, did you ever try to kick him out or evict him?
Yes, I did.
And what was Kiara's reaction when you did that?
She would get upset and threaten to live on the streets with him.
And at any point, did you ever refer to Isaac Apodaca as your son or your son-in-law or your soon-to-be son-in-law?
Yes, I did.
I want to ask you a little bit about Isaac Apodaca and Kiara's relationship, okay?
Okay.
Are you able to describe their relationship?
I would call it rocky.
And prior to October 29th, 2022, how long had they been dating?
That's difficult to say. It was on again, off again. So I can't say that there was a firm timeline.
Okay. So I guess if we were talking about, we don't have a firm timeline, but if we have a beginning point.
Maybe 2 years.
And do you know, did Isaac Apodaca and Kiara ever get in arguments?
They disagreed, yeah.
Do you know if any of those arguments ever got physical?
Yes.
Do you know if the police were ever involved in any of those arguments?
Yes.
And do you remember an incident on April 4th, 2022 when the police were involved?
Yes.
And why do you remember the incident from April 4th, 2022?
I had to take my daughter to the ER.
And why did you have to take her to the ER?
She was bruised from top to bottom and she had a broken thumb.
Do you know why that argument occurred on April 4th, 2022?
I don't know what the argument was about, no.
Do you know if a police report was filed about that incident?
Yes, Kiara and I filed one with the police while we were at the hospital.
Okay. Did Isaac Apodaca and Kiara's relationship appear to change after April 4th, 2022?
Yes.
And do you know if Kiara followed through with testifying against Isaac Apodaca, or did she drop the charges?
She did not personally drop the charges. She did not talk to the police when they called because he was in the room with her.
Prior to October 29th, 2022, had Kiara ever held a job?
She had a job at Route 21, I want to say for about a month.
Okay. And was that her only job ever?
Yes,
And you said she had that for about a month?
about a month, yes.
Okay. Did she quit? Was she fired?
My understanding was she was let go.
Okay. And so, I guess, how did Kiara pay for anything? Did she have a cell phone?
I paid for all of her housing utilities, her cell phone. Isaac took over her cell phone payments at one point,
Okay.
but for the most part, I paid for everything that she needed.
Okay, so does that include, clothes, toothbrushes, toothpaste, that type of stuff?
Yes,
Okay. And prior to October 29th, 2022, do you know if Isaac worked?
off and on, yes.
Are you aware of any other ways in which your daughter Kiara made money?
She was prostituting.
Maybe approach her?
Yes.
You just stated that Kiara was prostituting. How do you know that Kiara was prostituting?
I found out because a gentleman was walking onto my property, and I asked her who he was, and she explained it to me.
Oh, objection, Your Honor.
Sustained. Ladies and gentlemen, disregard the last answer.
Did you ever speak with Isaac Apodaca about Kiara's outside work?
I spoke with both Isaac and Kiara about it.
Okay. And in your conversation with Isaac Apodaca and Kiara, what did you tell them?
It was to end immediately.
And when you say it was to end immediately, what do you mean?
The prostitution.
Okay.
Judge, I would bring my objection to this whole line of questioning now.
Overruled.
we approach?
Yes. Mr. Long, you may continue.
Thank you, Judge. Do you know if your daughter Kiara and Isaac Apodaca spent money on any extra stuff?
Yes, they did.
What did they spend money on?
Perfume, clothing, a sword, weaponry, and models.
And when you say models, what do you mean by that?
Isaac used to put together and collect these models called Gundam. It's from a comic.
Okay. And do you know how much those models cost?
The ones I priced were anywhere from $50 to $2,500.
I want to ask you about someone by the name of Grace. Who is Grace Jennings?
Grace Jennings was a friend of my daughter's.
And did you ever meet Grace Jennings?
Yes, I did.
Do you know how long Kiara and Miss Jennings had known each other?
My daughter was probably in first or second grade when they first met.
Okay, so they'd known each other for a while then.
Yes.
And is it safe to say that they had kind of grown up together?
Yeah.
Do you know if Ms. Jennings and Kiara were still friends on October 29th, 2022?
No, they were not.
How would you describe Grace Jennings and Kiara's relationship?
Difficult.
And do you know if prior to October 29th, 2022, had Ms. Jennings ever been over to your house?
Yes.
And had you seen her over there?
It had been years, but yeah, she had stayed at our house several times,
Okay.
along with her younger sister.
Back in October 29th of 2022, do you know if Kiara had a working cell phone?
Yes, she did.
And I realize that this is a few years ago, but do you recall what her phone number was?
No.
How about, do you remember what kind of cell phone it was?
I can't remember if at that time Isaac was paying for her phone or if I was. If I was paying for it, it would have been a T-Mobile phone. If he was paying for it, it would have been Verizon.
Okay. Do you know if it was like an Apple iPhone or something else?
No, it would have been Android.
Okay. How about Isaac Apodaca? Do you know if in October of 2022, did he have a working cell phone?
I know he had a phone. I don't recall whether or not it was connected.
Okay. Do you remember his phone number?
No, I only ever talked to him in Messenger.
Do you remember what kind of phone he had? Was it?
He would have had a Verizon. That's the company he went with, but I don't know what the type of phone would have been.
So you don't know if it was an Apple or an Android?
Calling for
No.
speculation and hearsay.
Yep, sustained.
At your house, did you have Wi-Fi at your house?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know if Isaac and Kiara used the Wi-Fi at your house?
Yes, they did.
Now, back in October 29th of 2022, what was your address?
5941 Jaguar Drive, Santa Fe.
So I want to kind of take you back to October 28th, 2022. Okay. Do you know where you were during the evening of October 28th, 2022?
I was at home.
Okay. And back in 2022, were you employed?
Yes, I was.
And back in 2022, did you go into an office or did you work from home?
For the most part, I worked at home.
Okay. Was there anything going on in the world that most of us probably remember and are trying hard to forget?
The pandemic?
Okay. Did you go to bed on October 28th, 2022?
Yes.
And do you remember what time you went to bed?
Probably between 10 and 11. It's my standard.
Now, Ms. McCulley, knowing what you know now, did anything stand out from October 28th, 2022?
My daughter never came into the house on October 28th.
And why does that stand out to you?
Well, because she would have needed to come into the house to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And, that day, Isaac made them dinner, which was rare and far between.
Okay.
Objection, Your Honor. I don't know how she knows.
Overruled.
You said that Isaac made them dinner. When Isaac made them dinner, did you talk to Isaac?
I'm sure I did, but I don't recall what we discussed.
Did Isaac Apodaca tell you why he was making them dinner?
I don't recall.
Do you remember if you asked Mr. Isaac Apodaca why Kiara didn't come inside?
He said she wasn't feeling well.
And after he said that Kiara was not feeling well, what, if anything, happened after that?
He took her dinner.
Okay.
He did come back into the house later and
Okay.
asked for more food. I'm sorry, I don't know.
And did you cook yourself dinner that night?
Yes,
Okay. And I'm not going to ask you if you remember what you had to eat, but did Isaac Apodaca come back inside the house after you cooked your dinner?
yes, he did.
Okay. And did you talk with Isaac Apodaca at that point?
He just mentioned they needed more food.
Okay. And did he say why he needed more food?
They were still hungry. He didn't make enough.
Okay. Did you think that was unusual?
I didn't think anything of it, no.
And when Mr. Isaac Apodaca came back inside the house and said that they needed more food, did he make the food or did you make the food?
I made the food.
Okay. And after you made the food, what, if anything, did you do with that?
I took it out to the garage.
Okay. And when you took it out to the garage, did you go through the back door?
I did.
Okay. And when you went to the garage, did you just open the door or did you knock?
I knocked.
Okay. And do you know who answered?
Isaac did.
Okay. Did you see Kiara in the garage?
She was sitting on the bed.
Okay. Did you see anyone else in the garage?
No, I did not.
Did you go inside of the garage?
No.
Do you remember where Isaac was?
He was in the doorway.
Okay. Could you see into the garage past him?
Just barely enough to know where my daughter was.
Okay. Now you stated that you went to bed between 10 and 11. Is that correct?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. Did you have any reason to suspect that anyone else was in your house or in the garage?
No, I did not.
Okay, so I want to fast forward to October 29th, 2022. Do you know about what time you woke up?
Probably between 6 and 6:30.
Okay. Is there any routine that you handle when you wake up in the mornings?
At the time, I had 3 dogs, so letting the dogs out in the backyard was part of it.
And you said that you let them out into the backyard?
Yes.
And did the dogs bark, sniff around, anything out of the ordinary?
No.
After you let the dogs out, what did you do?
I started my Saturday mornings. I do chores around the house.
And what types of chores?
Dishes, laundry, cleaning the bathroom, that sort of thing.
At any point on the morning of October 29th, 2022, did you see Isaac Apodaca?
Yes, he came into the house.
Okay. And when he came into the house, do you know what he did?
He went to the bathroom and then he came out and he told me that he did not have to start work that day. He was supposed to start a new job, but he said he did not need to start that job that day.
Okay. Did he tell you why he didn't need to start the job that day?
He said that the boss had called him and told him he could start on Monday.
Do you know where that new job was supposed to be?
It was a kiosk at the mall.
Did Mr. Isaac Apodaca do anything else while he was inside the house?
He helped me put a rug into the washing machine
Okay. And why did he help you put a rug into the washing machine?
because I couldn't lift it, and I asked for his help.
So was it big? Was it heavy? Was it big and heavy?
Big and heavy and wet.
Okay. You said it was wet. Why was it wet?
I had a diabetic dog who peed on it.
And where were you inside of your house when you saw Mr. Isaac Apodaca?
I was standing in the hallway, and he was in the hallway.
Okay. Did Isaac Apodaca mention anything else about his job and why he didn't have to start that day?
There's something about being sick.
Was Isaac Apodaca the sick one, or?
The way he made it sound was he was sick, but as far as I knew, he was not.
Okay.
Objection, Your Honor. Can you approach?
Yes. Mr. Long, you may continue.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. McCulley, do you remember how long Isaac Apodaca was inside of the house that morning?
I would say probably between 10 and 15 minutes.
And when he left the main house, which door did he leave from?
He used the back door, went up to the garage.
And was the back door kind of the standard door that Kiara and Isaac Apodaca would enter and exit through?
Yes.
On October 29th, 2022, did you see your daughter Kiara at all?
Yes, she came in and went to take a shower.
Okay. Did you say anything to Kiara when you saw her?
I did.
What did you say to her?
I told her, it's alive, because she gets up last in the house. I tease her all the time.
And about how long after you saw Isaac Apodaca and he left, was it before Kiara came inside?
I don't really recall. It's probably half an hour or so.
Okay. And did your daughter take a shower?
Yes, she did.
Do you know about how long that shower lasted?
20 minutes, 30 minutes. It wasn't that long.
Do you remember about what time that was?
Mid-morning, I don't really know.
Okay. When Kiara came inside the house to take a shower, do you remember what she was wearing?
A dark shirt.
When Kiara got out of the shower, did you see her?
I did.
When you saw her after the shower, is there anything that stands out to you?
She had washcloths in her hand, and she went straight out to the garage.
Okay, so when you say that she had washcloths in her hand, what do you mean by that?
She had little washcloths that were rolled up, and they were in her hands like that.
Okay. And so since everything is kind of audio recorded, when you say little washcloths, about how many inches by how many inches were those washcloths?
4x4.
Okay, so 4x4 washcloths. And did she have one in each hand?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know if those washcloths were wet or dry?
I couldn't tell though from the way she was holding them.
Okay, and the way that she was holding them, I think you've demonstrated, but let's go ahead and kind of describe that a little bit.
So they were rolled in the palm of her hand, and then she was clasping it. You could see the ends poking out from either side of her palm.
Okay, and so were her hands clenched?
Yes.
And were they sort of being held out in the front of her? Were they on the side of her? Where were her arms?
Well, she was headed for the door, so they're kind of in front of her so she could open the door.
Okay. And did you find that to be unusual at all?
I did. It's a strange place to have washcloths.
So you said that she was approaching the door and getting ready to open the door. Do you mean the back door of your house?
Door, yes.
Okay. And did she leave the main house?
She did. She went to the garage.
Okay. And do you know about how long she was in the garage?
Not long at all. She came running back immediately.
Okay. So she went out to the garage and then came running back to the house immediately.
Yes.
Okay. After Kiara came running back to the house, what, if anything, happened?
She came running in. She said, "Mom, there's."
Hang on.
Sorry.
So did any event happen after Kiara came running back?
Yes.
What event happened?
She ran in.
So without saying what she said, what did you see?
She ran in and got my attention. I was turning to talk to her, and the police officers were coming through the backyard. They started kicking on the door, and I went to the door, and I said, "Please don't break my house." And I unlocked the door so they could come in.
Okay. Once those police officers arrived, without saying anything that you heard, what was your general reaction at first?
My first reaction was that they were there to look for Isaac.
Okay. And at some point, did your daughter go into handcuffs?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And At some point, did you learn that your house was a crime scene?
Yes, I did.
I want to ask you a little bit about a purchase from Amazon, okay? Are you aware of a sword being purchased from Amazon sometime before October 29th, 2022?
Yes.
And did you ever see Kiara with a sword a couple days before October 29th, 2022?
Yes, we received the package. She opened it in front of me.
Okay. And do you remember what day that was?
It would have been the 27th.
Okay. And you said it was delivered to you, or to your house. And so, did the delivery just leave the package on the front doorstep or someplace like that?
Yes, they left it on the front door.
Okay. And did you see that?
Yes, I believe they rang the doorbell that morning.
Okay. And then was that package opened up in front of you?
Yes.
And who opened up that package?
Kiara and Isaac.
Okay. Do you know who bought the sword?
I don't know who paid for it. I know it was on Kiara's Amazon account.
Okay. And how do you know that it was on Kiara's Amazon account?
It was addressed to her.
Okay. And do you know that Kiara had an Amazon account?
Yes, I did.
Okay. After the package was opened by Kiara and Isaac Apodaca, did anyone touch the sword? Did anyone handle the sword?
Kiara opened it and showed it to me. I touched the sword. Isaac touched the sword. We all did.
Okay. And do you have any background in swords?
I do.
Okay. And what is that background in swords?
I used to be a member of the Society for Creative Anachronism. I used to fight with the swords that we used there.
Okay. What is the Society for Creative Anachronism?
It's a medieval reenactment group.
And what does the society do?
Well, there's a lot of things, but they practice heraldry, sword fighting, archery.
Okay. And so is it safe to say that you've handled swords before?
I don't have a lot of live swords. Those came later. The Society for Creative Anachronism actually uses what's called rattan. It's a type of bamboo grass that they use for their swords.
Okay. Now, based on your experience and your past with the society, are swords dangerous?
Absolutely.
Okay. And can they cut people?
Yes, they can.
Did you have any hesitation at all about Kiara having this sword?
Yes, but not when it comes to people. It was more about leaving it out of the scabbard and possibly having one of the pets get hurt.
Okay. And you just mentioned a term that I'm going to ask you to talk a little bit about. I think you said scabbard?
Scabbard.
And what is that?
Scabbard is the sheath that the sword goes into.
Okay. Scabbard is sort of the official term?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it with either a yes or a no. Okay, so no sort of explanation, all right?
Okay.
Do you know if Kiara would ever access Isaac's phone or Facebook accounts?
No.
No, you don't know, or yes, you do know?
No, she would not.
Okay. Prior to October 29th, 2022, when was the last time you saw Grace?
It was a couple of years prior.
Okay.
I want to say 2020.
Now, you testified that Kiara, did she complete the 10th grade?
Yes.
Okay. And did she get a GED?
I take that back. She finished the first semester of 10th grade.
Okay, so she did not complete the 10th grade.
So she did not complete 10th grade.
Okay. So it was, the last grade that she actually completed was that 9th grade?
Would have been 9th grade.
Okay. And if you had to describe your daughter, how would you describe her?
I always thought of her as a sweet person.
Okay.
Very caring. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Take your time, please.
She was very pet-oriented. She really liked the pets and animals. She cared a lot about them. I think she was very easily persuaded into doing things that she otherwise wouldn't. But she would also have moments when she would try to stand up for herself, but I don't know that she was good at it.
Okay.
She was very much a teenager.
And you stated that back in 2022, she was 19, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I have a moment?
Yes.
So I want to clarify a few things. There was the door from the backyard into the garage, correct?
Yes.
And then the main big door, the big garage door that maybe a car might go in and out of. Did that door work?
The vehicle door was not functional.
Okay. Do you know if Kiara had a bank account or a savings account or anything like that?
Yes.
She did?
Yes, she did.
And do you know if anyone else had access to those accounts?
I did.
You did not?
I did.
You did. Did anyone besides you have access to those accounts?
In theory, no. In reality, I believe Isaac did.
Okay. So, did you ever text or communicate with your daughter via cell phone?
Sure.
Okay. And did you ever text or communicate with Isaac Apodaca via cell phone?
Yes.
Okay. When you would text with Isaac Apodaca, was there a certain app or application that the two of you would use?
We use Facebook Messenger.
Ms. McCulley, I want to go back to the April 4th, 2022 incident. So we know that you stated that Kiara did not talk to the police when they called her.
Correct.
Were you in the room when she didn't answer the phone or she didn't talk to them?
I believe so, yes.
Ms. McCulley, my next question is going to be a little sensitive. Do you know if your daughter was ever sexually assaulted?
Yes.
And
Yes, come on up. Mr. Long, you may continue.
thank you. So, Ms. McCulley, without saying what you heard, I'm going to ask if you did anything that, did you follow up, did you go anyplace, did you do anything that made you believe that Kiara had been sexually assaulted?
I took her to the ER for a rape kit.
Okay. And just to clarify, do you know, or was it wasn't Isaac Apodaca that had allegedly sexually assaulted your daughter, was it?
No.
Okay. So I want to go back to the garage door. And I'm talking the operating door, the one from the backyard into the garage. Could you lock that door without a key?
You could lock the handle, but not the deadbolt.
Okay. So were there then two locks on that door?
Yes.
Okay, so a handle lock and then a separate deadbolt lock, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And deadbolts are pretty straightforward. You've got to have a key, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. But the handle, you could actually lock from the inside, is that correct?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
You can lock both of them from the interior.
Okay.
You can only lock the handle from the exterior without a key.
Okay, thank you.
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
It was a confusing answer. Anyway, objection sustained, re-ask the question.
How would you lock the handle?
Usually we would lock it and just pull the door shut.
Okay. Could it also be locked with a key?
Yes,
Okay. And how would you lock the deadbolt?
with a key.
Okay. And could it only be locked with a key
Correct. Yes.
from the outside?
Correct.
Okay. But
Hold on, the
could,
court's going to ask a question. Could both locks be opened with the same key?
Yes.
thank you. Ms. McCulley, when you took Kiara to the emergency room for the sexual assault kit, do you remember what year that was?
It was Halloween 2021.
Okay. And was that about a year before the incident that we're here for today?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, do you know if Kiara and Isaac Apodaca were dating?
I am not sure at that moment.
I asked you earlier,
Hold
and
on, Mr. Long, before we go back into additional questioning, we need to take a short break.
Okay.
I think we'll go ahead and take our morning break right now, ladies and gentlemen, for about 10, 15 minutes for and then we'll come back and continue with this witness on the stand.
All rise.
You can go ahead and step down. Don't discuss your testimony with anyone during the break. I'm going to have you back up here in about 10 minutes when they come back in. Take it with you. Take your purse with you. You can leave your water, or if you want the water, go ahead and take that with you also. Okay, we're off the record.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You may be seated, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the record and we continue the state's case in chief. Mr. Long, you may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. McCulley, I just have a few more questions for you, all right? Earlier, you described Isaac Apodaca and Kiara's relationship as rocky. Was one of them dominant in the relationship?
Yes.
Can we approach that?
Yes.
Ms. McCulley, are you afraid of Isaac Apodaca?
I was only afraid of him once.
And do you remember the date?
April 4th, 2022.
I pass the witness.
Can we approach again, Your Honor?
Come on up. Cross-examination.
Yes, 1 second, Judge. All right. Good. I think it's good morning,
Morning.
McCulley. Now, if we go back to that day that you were discussing with Mr. Long on the 29th of October 2022, you were not sure whether the door was locked or unlocked on that particular day, correct?
What day?
On the date of the incident, the alleged incident, the morning of during the day on October 29th, 2022?
It was morning. And are you talking about the garage door or my back door?
The garage door.
I have no idea. I never went out there.
Okay. You stated something about Mr. Apodaca being kicked out of his house. You didn't personally observe him ever being kicked out of a house, correct?
No, I did not.
Okay. You stated that there was an incident with a broken thumb that Kiara had, right, with Mr. Apodaca?
April 4th, 2022.
Okay. In that incident, so there was a broken thumb. Was there a tussle of some sort? You know, what exactly happened?
My understanding was that there was.
Well, so, but without going into what you all you know of is a broken thumb that was suffered by Mr. By Miss McCulley, correct?
I was there for the aftermath.
Okay, and that case was actually dismissed by the state of New Mexico, correct? By the First Judicial District Attorney's Office, the
That is what I understand.
District Attorney prosecuting this case. Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to approach what's going to be marked as Defense Exhibit A.
Judge, may we approach?
Yes. Mr. Nair, you may continue, sir.
Thank you, Judge. May I approach?
That's not what we said. That's not what we talked about. You have to ask her.
So, have you ever seen the actual notice of dismissal by the state of New Mexico?
No, I have not.
You have not? Okay, Your Honor, can we approach?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Now, on that particular day, in regards to you were discussing something about dinner that Isaac was cooking, possibly?
Could you clarify what day you're in reference to?
On October 28th, 2022?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't really know or actually have any personal knowledge of remembering whether Isaac, in fact, was cooking dinner that night, correct?
Yes, he was. He made dinner for them.
Okay. Were you there present when he was making dinner?
Yes, we were both in the kitchen at the same time.
Okay. And the relationship between Grace, I mean, you would say that the relationship between Grace and Kiara was pretty toxic, correct?
I did not use that term, no.
Okay. It was not a good relationship between Grace and Kiara, correct?
It ended poorly. It was a great relationship prior to that.
Okay. But there was a lot of tension between the two leading up to October of 2022, correct?
I don't believe they were even in conversation before October 29th
Okay.
of 2022.
So so it's safe to say that their relationship had deteriorated.
Their relationship ended when Kiara was in 8th grade.
Okay. Now, do you say that the relationship had deteriorated to the point that Grace could easily provoke Kiara?
Yes.
Okay. And you stated that there was a 20 to 30 minute shower by Kiara on the day. And when I'm talking about the day, I'm talking about the day in question that you've been discussing. So on October 28th, there was a 20 to 30 minute shower by Kiara that day, correct?
You mean October 29th?
29th, excuse me, yes.
October 29th, yes, she took a shower in the morning.
Okay. And you said that was early that was around mid-morning, or could have been later than mid-morning? You just don't remember, correct?
I don't know the exact time.
Okay, so it's kind of easy to lose track of the day?
It's been 4 years.
Okay, so you just don't remember, and it was a Saturday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you were just doing household chores around the home?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you stated that Kiara ran into your house when officers arrived, correct?
I did not see the officers until she was in the house.
Okay, but
Do not know that she was running from the officers, if that's what you're asking.
But she was running into your house, you had testified to, correct?
Yes, she ran into the house to talk to me.
Okay. And you stated that the sword purchased by Kiara was purchased before October of 2022?
No.
Okay. When was the sword purchased?
The sword, I do not know who purchased it. It was on her Amazon account.
Okay. And you said that Kiara opened the sword on October.
The package came in on the 27th of October, which would have meant that it was probably ordered the week prior.
Ma'am, can you, I understand this is a,
You asked for clarification. I'm trying to give it.
You interrupted me, ma'am. So I understand this is, so let me ask a question and then we can go back and forth, and I'll try not to interrupt you if you can do the same. But what I'd like to ask is, so I'll ask a follow-up. Kiara opened the sword on October 27th of 2022, according to your direct examination testimony with Mr. Long, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's what I was going to get to next, because you've already answered. It was on Kiara's Amazon account, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. Now tell me about this medieval reenactment group that you're a part of.
I am no longer a part of it. I was in the SCA for 12 years in my 20s.
Okay, and Kiara was involved in this society?
No.
Okay, but Kiara knew a lot about how to interact with swords through you and your involvement in...
It's not a discussion we had, no.
Okay. Now, you had stated that on direct that you didn't know of, you never saw Kiara ever accessing Isaac's phones. You were never with Kiara all the time when she was with Isaac, correct?
No, I was not with them all the time.
Okay. And you really didn't know a lot about your daughter, correct?
I knew my daughter very well, thank you.
Okay. But you had said that you didn't think that the sweet person that you knew would stab someone to death, correct?
I didn't say that. That's from your mouth.
Yeah, but...
I said she was a sweet person.
Okay, but you didn't know that she would stab somebody to death. That was my question.
No, I would not have suspected that.
Okay. And you do know of Grace threatening Kiara with knives previously?
I heard that, yes.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Okay. Thank you. Now, you also observed Kiara role-playing with armor and middle-age style Dungeons and Dragons, correct?
No.
No?
No. We had one session of D&D, and Isaac was present at the time.
Okay. Can we admonish the witness to just answer my questions and not go into tangents, Your Honor?
You can direct the
Okay.
witness by the way you ask the question, counsel.
Okay. Yeah. So can you please just answer the question as I ask it?
Then no.
Okay. So Kiara never role-played with armor and middle-age style Dungeons and Dragons, you're saying?
No.
Okay, 1 second, Your Honor. Did Kiara ever express an interest in middle-aged armor?
Armor, no.
Okay. Do you remember doing an interview with police in this case?
Yes.
Okay. Would it help if I refresh your memory with what you told officers in this case?
No.
It would not?
I do not want to hear it. I can't relive that day again.
Okay. Would you have said something differently to officers on that particular day?
I have no idea. That was 4 years ago.
Okay. And would you have said that Kiara was interested in middle-aged armor?
Armor? No. She was interested in Amp Guard. There is a difference.
What is Amp Guard?
Amp Guard is a different reenactment group.
Okay. And you wouldn't have said that Kiara was described as an artist interested in middle-aged armor?
I would not have said armor. She was interested in the Middle Ages and in reenactment.
Okay.
Armor is too specific.
Yana, can I play this audio to impeach?
Yes,
Objection.
come on up.
Okay. So, Ms. McCulley, you do remember doing an interview with Officer Jared Allaire on October 29th, 2022, correct?
I talked to a lot of officers. I don't know any of their names.
Okay, but you remember doing an interview on that particular day with an officer at the police station?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember discussing swords that are used, discussing that Kiara uses, or that Kiara is interested in Middle Ages, in the armor. Do you remember saying that?
It's possible I said it that way.
Okay. So you did use the word sword, or armor, excuse me.
It's possible.
Okay. All right. Now, so you stated also that Grace had previously threatened Kiara.
Objection, hearsay.
Well, she answered that, Judge. Previously.
Overruled.
Thank you, Judge. So you did previously say that Grace had threatened Kiara with a knife. Had that happened multiple times?
I was told that Grace had threatened her with a knife, yes.
Okay.
But only one instance that I'm aware of.
Okay. Thank you. Now, Kiara had been living in your house for
Her entire life.
Okay. And then she had moved into the detached garage. You said in 2022 with
2021.
2021. Okay. And then you stated that the garage did not have a bathroom or a kitchen, so Kiara would have to go into the house, correct?
Correct.
And she would have to go into the house to wash clothes and do different things.
Yes.
Okay. And she was washing her clothes on that particular day on October 29th, 2022, correct?
No, she was not doing laundry.
The washer was on, correct?
I was doing laundry. I was washing a rug.
Okay. And you stated Isaac and Kiara were engaged at one point?
Yes.
Okay. And so it's safe to say that Kiara had very strong feelings for Isaac, correct?
I would presume so, yes.
Okay. And Kiara also had very strong jealousy towards Grace, correct?
Jealousy?
Objection, Your Honor.
I wouldn't.
Foundation.
Yep.
Okay.
Re-ask the question.
Do you know of any relationship or anything that Grace may have had with Isaac?
I understood that they were friends previously.
Do you know of do you have any personal knowledge of any sort of jealousy that Kiara may have had towards any sort of friendship that Isaac and Grace had?
No.
Okay. Now, on the 29th, you did not know anything that was going on in your compound in that detached garage that was close to your house?
No, I did not.
You did not hear any screaming?
No.
You did not hear any sort of moaning or any other noises from that detached garage?
There are 27 feet between the garage and the house. Both doors were closed.
Okay. But if somebody were to be,
You could scream on the top of your lungs in the garage and I would not hear it.
even if you're stabbed 17 times or more than a dozen times by a sword?
You could scream on the top of your lungs and I would not hear it.
Okay. And you said it was how many feet?
27.
Okay. And you didn't see any blood or anything else?
No, I did not.
Okay. At what point did you approach the detached garage on that particular day?
When I gave the key to the officer to unlock it.
Okay. And that was the first time you saw any blood?
I did not see any blood.
You still did not see any blood?
I did not go in the garage. I was not allowed to go in the garage.
Okay. No, you were talking about whether Isaac was sick or not. You don't personally know whether Isaac was actually sick or not. You're not a doctor, are you?
No, I am not a doctor, but I do have common sense.
Okay. And you are Kiara McCulley's mother, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You want what's best for Miss McCulley, correct?
I want what's best for me right now. Thank you.
Okay. So you're stating that you did not witness what happened in the garage, correct?
No, I did not.
Okay. And you did not see Isaac harm anyone, correct? On October 29, 2022?
No, I talked to him for less than 15 minutes.
That's all I asked, yeah, okay. So you have really no personal knowledge of what happened in the garage that particular day, correct? According to you?
No, I don't.
Okay. 1 second, Judge. Now, Kiara never told you why she ordered the sword?
I was never told she ordered the sword.
Okay. And you didn't actually witness the April 4th, 2022 argument, correct?
I was there for the aftermath.
Okay.
So no, I did not.
Okay. And you don't know whether Kiara had hit Isaac, correct? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. And you don't know who the first aggressor was?
No.
Yes. Okay. Kiara could have called Santa Fe PD back, correct, on that particular day?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Okay. Now, you talked about a John in your yard, and you described this John?
There was a person walking from my front to the back gate. I think for his privacy, it's unimportant
Okay.
to give you his description.
Do you know how Kiara, you don't know how Kiara advertised her services, correct?
My understanding was it was on some app.
Okay. Now, are you sure about this John in his yard, or could this possibly be made up?
Well, since I physically saw him,
Okay. And you said, I think I heard you say around $50 to $2,500 per model?
that's my understanding, yes.
Okay. And did Kiara tell you that Grace was involved in this whole business model?
What are you talking about?
Did Kiara ever told you who was actually involved in this whole situation with the models?
Objection.
The models are a hobby.
Hold on, there's an objection. Stop talking until the court rules.
I can rephrase it, Your Honor.
Hang on, I don't know what the objection is.
Hearsay.
Hearsay.
Yeah, I can rephrase it. Do you have a personal knowledge of Grace's involvement in all of this?
In all of what?
In everything involving the models?
The models was a hobby from Isaac. There was no business involved.
Okay,
in
but
that.
do you know if Grace was involved in this whole?
In his hobby, no.
Okay. Now, you'd also discussed thinking about not evicting Kiara and how Kiara was threatening to move out, correct?
She threatened to move out when I tried to evict Isaac.
Okay. Did Kiara often threaten you to get what you wanted?
No.
Okay, but was that something she was kind of threatening you at that particular time, correct?
She said she would go live on the street with him. It wasn't a threat.
Okay. Now, did Kiara ever tell you some of the disorders or illnesses that she may have?
Objection, hearsay.
I can rephrase that, I'm sorry. You know of any sort of illnesses or disorders that plagued Kiara?
Objection, foundation.
Okay.
Objection sustained.
All right. You know if she actually dropped out of high school or you withdrew her from high school?
She dropped out of high school.
Okay, and that would have been Capitol High School?
No,
Which high school would that have been?
it was an online school.
Okay. It's safe to say, Ms. McCulley, with all due respect, you don't know a lot about your daughter, correct?
I know a lot about her, but it's been 4 years.
But early on in the direct examination, you kind of hesitated in answering even what her age was. You were kind of,
I was making sure I got it correct.
Okay.
I am allowed to think.
and now in regards to her schooling, you don't really remember, correct?
Objection, argumentative.
Sustained.
Okay, I'll move on, Judge. You stated 27 feet from the house to the garage. Did you actually measure this?
Yes, I'm working on putting in a pergola.
Pergola.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Redirect.
Ms. McCulley, you mentioned that the model building was a hobby.
Yes.
And was that a hobby of Isaac's, a hobby of Kiara's, or a hobby of Isaac and Kiara's?
It was Isaac's hobby.
Okay. And do you know where Mr. Isaac Apodaca got the money to buy the models?
I do not.
Nothing further.
This witness released or retained?
The state would reserve her for rebuttal.
So you'll be able to step down now. The attorneys will stay in touch with you and let you know if you need to come back and testify again. So in the interim, don't discuss your testimony with anyone. Don't seek out any information about the case. You may step down.
Thank you.
Judge, maybe we publish the exhibit.
You can offer it.
Your Honor, would like to introduce Defense Exhibit A.
This concludes today's proceedings in State of New Mexico versus Isaac Apodaca. The trial continues as both the prosecution and the defense present evidence, question witnesses, and make their arguments before the court. The case has not reached a final verdict, and Isaac Apodaca remains presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Stay tuned for continued coverage of the proceedings and future trial updates.